It is claimed that Hindi should be the common language because it is spoken by the majority. Why should we then claim the tiger as our national animal instead of the rat, which is so much more numerous, or the peacock as the national bird when the crow is ubiquitous? Not our words. Former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, C.N. Annadurai, had said this while speaking on Hindi imposition in the 60s in South India. Here's the thing. Tell over 1 billion people to follow a crow and the majority will chase a cow instead. Tell a billion Indians to follow a crow and we will, start by fighting over what a crow is. The only thing Indians agree upon is that we love to disagree. But in some cases, the disagreements are much stronger, especially as some people make contested claims and attempt to erase our diversity through attempts at unification. Northeast never was and never will be a monolith, but perhaps the only issue where we can use Northeast as a blanket is when it comes to Hindi and the imposition of the language in this region full of linguistic and cultural diversity. Is it safe to say that Northeast India opposes Hindi, or at least the way it is being planned to be imposed in the region? Yes. But several people have written about why such an imposition is unwelcome and unnecessary. We agree with most, but there is another aspect of Hindi that often gets ignored. Why learn Hindi? What does it offer exactly? I am Kalyan Deb, and in this episode of Decoded, we are going to find out if the imposition of Hindi could do any good to the Northeast Indians. Pursuing for months
to a village of Assam
in the 75th Independence Day.
Mizoram Hindi Prachar Sabha. No, we did not make this up. This is actually an organization that seeks to promote Hindi in the state since 1954, even though the state of Mizoram, as we know it, only came to shape in 1987. And the organization and its members have done stellar work, as proved by the fact that 3 of its members, Professor Darchauna, C. Kamlova, and most recently in 2022, V.L. Langakha, have been awarded a Padma Shri. This, if anything, shows that no language is an outsider. Can anyone learn Hindi? Of course. Do they have to? Nope. Anyway, back in 1954, Devanand was mainland India's heartthrob. Jawaharlal Nehru was working day and night to contribute to the syllabus of WhatsApp University. And the Northeast, well, we existed. Yes, but hardly in the way we do today. What this shows is that the government, especially the central government, has always taken upon itself to promote Hindi. Travel through Assam and you will see Hindi schools established as early as the 60s. Hindi has always been here, you see, but someone needs to tell the central government that imposition was not allowed then and won't be allowed now. Japanese is also a lovely language. So is Korean. But they are not just languages, they are systems. A Japanese engineer or an artist or a school teacher learns everything in Japanese. It is perfectly possible that they can go their entire life without learning any other language, but that is because everything they need, from the simplest menu in a restaurant to the most complex mathematical equations, are available to them in their language. And then we have Hindi, a language, but nothing more. Can a person learning Hindi at school go on to become a Hindi doctor or a Hindi engineer? No. Hindi may help us converse with someone else, but the same can be done in English too. And what about job opportunities as Hindi teachers, you say? First and foremost, the education system in the Northeast is as sound as a crappy tent about to face a tsunami. I mean, only a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how teachers in Meghalaya have allegedly picked guns. Such is the state of education and teachers in this region that there is not a single state where teachers do not have grievances. Many do not receive salaries for months on a stretch. So, the truth of the matter is, no matter what you teach, you are between a rock and a hard place in this region as a teacher. But let us get back to Hindi teachers. In the past, the central government has provided Hindi teachers under the CSS or the Central Sponsored Schemes. This scheme was implemented, for example, in Mizoram, but stopped again. In 2017, over 1,000 Hindi teachers employed under CSS in Mizoram held a sit-in protest due to non-payment of salaries for over 10 months and possible termination of their jobs. The state government responded to the protest by saying their salaries were to be paid by the Union Ministry. However, the central government had remained silent on the matter. According to reports, about 35 teachers were hospitalized as a result of the protest. The CSS Hindi teachers took the matter to the High Court in 2018. As per a 2021 court order, the petitioners were to be re-engaged. However, the state government sought the recorrection of the statements made on their behalf and the order was modified. The teachers consisted of trained and untrained teachers, out of which the trained teachers have now started getting employment. This has been cited to be an unfair move by the untrained teachers who said they were not permitted to receive training during their tenure. And this was not an issue only in Mizoram. In February 2022, the All Nagaland Hindi Teachers Union, MON unit, expressed dismay over non-payment of salaries for 3 months. Advisor of School Education, K. Tokunga Sukhalu, later clarified that the Government of India has refused to release the fund as many Hindi teachers in the state don't meet the required eligibility. Sukhula said that the state had randomly appointed many teachers when thousands of Hindi teachers were sanctioned by the Government of India. But now, as per the National Council for Teacher Education or NCTE norms, only class 12th pass with a Hindi diploma are eligible for undergraduate Hindi teachers' post. But unfortunately, most of our teachers are 10th pass, so the Government of India refused to pay the salaries. That's what he stated. He also said that the state government is taking up the issue with the Finance Department, which has clearly stated that the salaries will only be released after ensuring that the Hindi teachers pass class 12, either from National Institute of Open Schooling or other schools, and have a diploma in Hindi. So, the state government is expected to advertise for recruitment of Hindi teachers for those who have passed class 12 and have a diploma in Hindi, and once this is done, the issue is about the Hindi teacher can be taken care of. You see, in India, one can get away with offering anything as a career choice as long as you can use generating employment as bait. The questions are, how many people will get jobs as Hindi teachers in a region where hardly any community speaks Hindi? And why should they become Hindi teachers when they can pursue local languages and other subjects? Also, we must remember that given the sheer number of Hindi speakers, it is hardly a language that needs to be saved or protected. Hindi is going nowhere and Hindi speakers are going nowhere. But can we say the same about, say, a language like Tenyadai? And if you said what when you heard Tenyadai, then Tenyadai seekh lo, bahut scope hai. Because unlike Hindi, this is actually an endangered language that needs protection and preservation. To be honest, it is not just the BJP. Hindi has always been a central government obsession, supported in part by UP leaders. Recently, a cabinet minister in Uttar Pradesh quoted controversy by saying that those who do not love Hindi would be assumed to be foreigners and those who don't speak Hindi should leave the country and live elsewhere. But this is UP, so we will forgive them for their ignorance. Also, the said minister's comments are in line with what has often been repeated by various people. However, the South has been at the forefront of Hindi protests since the 30s, and credit to them, they are never going to budge from that spot. The Northeast also needs to learn from this, but unlike the South, which has a semblance of linguistic uniformity, the same cannot be said of the Northeast. In the past few years, there have been attempts to make the indigenous population shift to the Devanagari script for communication, and Amit Shah had claimed that 9 tribes have also done the same. This might be a start, but if the Hindi imposition goes as planned, the slow trickle might turn into a tsunami. तब तक शुक्रिया हिंदी, बट हमें आपकी ज़रूरत नहीं.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.